What did I eat on the first 30 days of the carnivore diet? Was it all raw liver and milking bulls? Or is it way more practical? Today, I'm breaking down everything I ate in the first 30 days on the carnivore diet. Let's carve into it. When I told my friends and family I was doing the carnivore diet, the first question I got was, wait, what? Only meat? And I get it, if you're used to thinking of meals as grains, veggies, fruit, sides, and just a little bit of protein, it can seem impossible to cut out everything except for meat. But in reality, I'm way more satisfied from meals now than I ever was before. So today, I'm walking through everything I ate on the first 30 days of carnivore. Plus my snacks, my go-to emergency meals, and some keto-ish things that worked. And one that definitely didn't. Let's start with the basics I eat almost every day. Alright, Carnivore Staples. Let's start with the obvious. Meat! The core of my diet is ruminant animals, which is a fancy way to say beef. Ground beef is a daily thing for me now, and somehow I actually like it just as much as steak. I didn't see that coming. I brown it, season it, and eat it straight out of a bowl like an animal. No shame. And yes, I make sure to get all the fat in there too, because fat is literally fuel on carnivore. Okay, 2. Steak. Obviously, the holy grail of carnivore foods. I eat steak almost every night. Ribeye, chuck-eye, Denver, Sierra, Spinellis. That's a fancy way to say ribeye cat. AKA the good stuff. Now I know steak gets expensive, but I actually butcher all of my own beef, so I'm able to get all of these cuts for around $7 a pound. Now if you want the full breakdown on how I get cheap steaks,
and the best ground beef ever,
drop a comment, I might just make that video. Speaking of absurdly expensive, eggs. I know the prices are insane right now, but we buy in bulk at Costco, and we have this amazing local market that sells blue eggs for basically the same price as regular ones. They have these big, beautiful orange yolks, and they are so delicious. I eat eggs probably every other day. I thought I'd eat way more bacon than I actually do. In week 1, I ate a ton, but now every 2 or 3 days. One big thing to watch out for is sugar-cured bacon. So many brands do this, so check your labels. Side note, while I'm editing, we just got back from Costco, and check this shit out. Says no sugar. Sugar cured. Costco, come on, man. It's seriously everywhere. By the way, I get mine at a store called Detweiler's, so if you live in Central Florida, check them out. Butter. I eat a lot of it. If I'm cooking a steak, butter. If I'm not getting enough fat, butter. A lot of times, I just slice it off and eat it like that. I used to think it was gross, now it's amazing. Every carnivore says you need a ridiculous amount of salt, and yeah, when you cut out processed foods, your body needs a lot more of it. I went all in on Redmond's real salt, but honestly, I have no idea why it's supposed to be so much better. Someone explain it to me in the comments. Also, electrolytes. I drink them every day because if I don't, I get headaches. It's as simple as that. Now, we need to talk about cheese. I love cheese. I love it. It's honestly one of the reasons that sold me on this diet, but I think it's betraying me. If I eat too much, I get bloated, gassy, toilet time gets a little weird, and I stop losing weight. So for month 2, I'm testing a full week with no cheese to see if anything changes. Stay tuned. Wait, what's next? Oh, right, snacks. Snacks! Yeah, I think I nailed that.
look at that kisses. Yeah, that's that good boy. Cheese!
Okay, I know I just said cheese is ruining my life, but I ate a ton of it in the first 30 days. It's delicious, fatty, and yeah, I snack on it constantly. But like I said, this is a habit I'm trying to iron out. Pork rinds. I tried them, I didn't like them. So yeah, they showed up in my first 30 days, but probably not sticking around. Okay, my wife loves them, so they'll be here, but like, gross. Now this is where things get interesting. Predator bars? Big booty carnivores? I don't know, I haven't come up with a name for them yet. But I'm making my own carnivore snacks now. These things actually started as a carnivore bread recipe, but they sucked as bread. But I figured out how to tweak them into a travel-ready, easy to store, and delicious carnivore snack. And now I'm eating a ton of them. I make them in lamb, beef, and pork varieties, and I'm thinking about making a video about them, so let me know if you want to see that. Alright, I like fish. It's not beef, but it's still great. In my first month, I had swordfish, salmon, and squid, usually as a side dish to steak because, let's be honest, beef is the main event. One thing I really love though, salmon caviar. This shit. And yeah, I know it makes me sound like a royal British pain in the arse, but hear me out. I'm a big sushi guy, and salmon roe is amazing. It's also stupid expensive. So I only eat an ounce every 3 or 4 days, but it's worth it because they're loaded with omega-3s. Brain fuel, heart fuel, it's just good stuff. They're packed with vitamin D, which is great for mood, especially if you spend all your time inside doom scrolling carnivore groups. Babe! She used parsley. Not carnivore. Babe! They're also insanely nutrient dense, like more than anything else I know of. Also, delicious. And that's enough. I love breakfast. I found some sugar-free breakfast sausages at Wild Fork that are actually amazing. I had those probably 2 or 3 times in my first month, and I'll probably keep those in the rotation. Now, I'm not a big hot dog guy, but Wild Fork has some that are really high quality and actually pretty great. God, I just love Wild Fork. I'll keep this part quick because I already did a whole video on a recent 5-day work trip. Check that out if you want to see how I survived it. But here's some things that I grab in a pinch so I don't break carnivore. Fast food burger patties. No bun, no vegetables, maybe cheese if you're doing dairy. Just plain, sad burger patties. Boiled eggs. Grocery store, gas station, wherever you can find them. They're not glamorous, but they work. A la carte restaurant options. Sometimes I'll try to get just a single piece of salmon or again a burger patty. Whatever works. It's expensive, but it helps out when you need it. Pepperoni straight from the package. No shame, no fork, just carnivore survival mode at its best. Alright, let's talk about some keto-ish things that did and didn't work for me. This dude just showed up at my door for saying the word keto. Alright, chill out, carnivore police. I'm trying to figure out how to make this work for me for the long term, so I tested some things that kind of sit on the edge of keto and carnivore to see what worked best for me. First up, seasonings. I love black pepper, like aggressively. I put it on just about everything in my first 30 days. I also usually add garlic and red pepper flakes to my ground beef. Daddy likes it spicy. And honestly, all these were fine for me. No bad reactions, no extra inflammation, nothing weird. I'll tell you what didn't work though, jalapenos. Did you know these little bastards have like 3 grams of sugar per pepper? I didn't. So to celebrate 30 days, I made these cream cheese and cheddar stuffed, bacon wrapped, smoked jalapeno poppers. They were like crack, honestly. So fucking good. But then I gained 3 pounds overnight, and my legs and joints were stiff as hell. So yeah, I'm dialing these back to like a very occasional treat because at least now I know I'll feel worse. So yeah, that's what I ate in my first 30 days of carnivore. Some things worked, some things not so much. Looking at you jalapenos. But overall, I feel damn good. I'm more satisfied than I expected, fewer cravings, and honestly, this is one of the easiest diets I've ever followed. Mentally, pretty easy. Physically, that's kind of a different story. And that's what my next video is about. The hardest parts of my first 30 days on carnivore. So if you want to hear about that, hit subscribe and tap the like button. It helps get this info out to people. And let's be honest, following this way of eating isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. I appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.